Right, guys, so Mo Farah is a beta male. Okay, I'm going to tell you how he's a beta male. Okay, so we all know he's a distance runner. He's been running for, Jesus, it's been his main sport for how many years now? Like, well over 20, maybe 25 years. He's 38, yeah, about 25 years. So, Mo Farah, he had that scrawny physique, very little muscle, to be honest. So to be honest, I think he's actually stronger than most people realize. I've heard that he's able to bench press like 90 kgs in the gym, which is all right. Which is pretty good for a guy that's skinny. He is stronger than he looks. But let's be honest, he's beta. Okay, because distance running does make you scrawny. It is a catabolic sport that breaks your muscles down. Brandon made a video about this. Because if you're out in nature, and a bear attacks and you just want to run away, then well, your children are sort of left defenseless, and so is your female. She can't defend herself. So you have to stand up and fight. I imagine that back then, human beings were a lot bigger and stronger than the current humans we had today. And also, I think if you're going to fight, say, a bear, I don't think one individual on his own would have taken on the bear. I think maybe they would have had a few people take on the bear. That's why back in those days it was very important that the men, the leaders of the pack were brave, because you had to be brave to fight. Yeah, everybody had to step in and take on the bear rather than just running off and let one guy take on the bear on his own where you wouldn't have a hope. Um, so yeah, that's the thing, because you can't you can't carry your fucking children at 14-minute 5K pace to get away. That's the point he was making. So yeah, Mo Farah, he's married to Tanya. Okay, Tanya, what's her name? I can't remember her surname. But anyway, so she's from Somalia. So yeah, I've read this book many times. I've read this book maybe probably 7 or 8 times, maybe even 10 times. His autobiography. I used to be distance runner myself. Up until when was it? Maybe last August, and just lost enthusiasm, and I quit. So let's open up here, page 145. So Mo Farah knew Tanya, his current wife, for since he was 14. She was 11, so that would have been 1997, the year I was born. So yeah, they known each other for a while, but so the thing is, they were more friends than romantic partners. Do you know what I mean? I think Mo Farah got a bad injury or something, and he wanted to go. He had to aqua jog to keep fit. This would have been maybe 2003, 2004, maybe. I think it was when he was in university, and I think Tanya went and trained with him. So he wouldn't be on his own, because aqua jogging is very boring. It's pretty much you run up and down a swimming pool, and I think because of the resistance, you go about half the pace that you would on land. So yeah, it's not fun. Okay, so I have some notes here on Mo Farah's book. I've underlined. I don't have any highlighters. So I underlined some notes here. I'm going to read it out to you. A year or two into my time at St. Mary's, I dropped hits to Tanya about the way I felt about her. I remember us talking on the phone one evening as I was getting ready to fly out to yet another training camp. I said something about wanting to pack Tanya in my suitcase and take her everywhere I went. Anyway, it didn't happen. Friend zone. I didn't feel any resentment over it. I was just happy to be friends. I still dropped in on Tanya, popping round to her house and chatting with Bob and Nadia. Tanya had a boyfriend at the time. Yes, Tanya had a boyfriend at the time. Okay, she So yeah, Mo Farah, they just stayed as friends, friend zone. It's beta males tend to be friends with women. They're never romantic partners, and that's what happened to Mo Farah. So I think in 2005 she had a boyfriend, yeah, and she got pregnant. She gave birth to Rihanna. Rihanna's like the eldest of the Farah tribe, and so the thing about that is she what was I gonna say, she you know um so yeah, but a couple of years later, then Tanya changed her mind. She wanted to be in a romantic partnership with Mo Farah. I think maybe that was because at that point in her life she was a bit bored of all the fuck boys coming and going. She wanted to settle down, get a bit of commitment. Um, you know, And Mo Farah came along and he helped raise Rihanna, okay, and that's very beta, raising somebody else's child, and that's just the way it was. And and I've been talking to Brandon and all these other people on the group chat, and it was kind of funny. We were talking about how distance running is for beta males and how most of their wives could probably beat them up. And I was thinking, yeah, Tanya looks like she could beat up Mo Farah. She actually does look quite strong, and so Brandon commented and said, yeah, she's definitely having sex with other guys when Mo Farah's away on his training camps. And Mo Farah spends like something like 7 months of the year away from his family. So if anything, I feel like he deserves to get cheated on due to the absenteeism. Okay. So yeah, Mo Farah, he's the beta male provider. Um, and that's just the way it is. And people think, oh, if you can run a really fast time, it means you're alpha. Well, yeah, it might mean you've got the alpha mentality. I do believe Mo Farah has the alpha mentality, but physically, you look at him, he's just skinny. He's beta. I think his brother is even more beta than he is. He's actually like really obese. So yeah, this is my video on how Mo Farah is actually a beta male, getting friend zoned, raising another person's child. Um, Even though he did have some children of his own, was it Amani, Aisha, and another kid? What was his name? Boy, I can't remember his name. The only boy of the Farah household. So yeah, this is how that's my video on Farah being beta.